9 people in Australia today will die by suicide. There's no other way to put it. There's no other way to say it, to kind of give it gravitas. 9 people today will succeed in taking their lives. 150 will try. My whole deal is about suicide prevention. I go into schools and talk about it. I go into workplaces and talk about it. I do podcasts about it. I'm on the radio now talking about it. I just want to send out a message today that is clear, that is concise, and hopefully it will help just a wee bit. Like, share, and subscribe. Always appreciated. But let's dive in and see what happens. Welcome to Mark My Words. Mark My Words is the story of my journey from a place where I was shattered to where I could live again. The lives of thousands of people today are going to be altered in ways that they can't imagine. Today is going to be a pivotal day for them. Those thousands of people are based around a group of 9 people. We don't know who they are. We don't know where they are. We don't know what their situation is. We know that at least 3/4 of them are men, are going to commit suicide today. That is going to affect a number of people, thousands of people, in ways that they can't even imagine. So let's go from the initial impact. Let's talk about the person that finds them. They're going to be going about their day and they're going to come across, find, discover somebody in their orbit has passed away, has died. That person's life just was altered beyond measure, forever. Then you've got the people that are close to that person, the family members, hopefully the people that love them, the people that care for them, their lives. The first responders. We don't really talk about this too much, but they see this every day and they are the ones that are dealing with it every single day. They're going to be dealing with the aftermath, dealing with the immediate family, the immediate people in the vicinity. Then they're going to have to transport that body. Thousands and thousands of people are going to be affected today by something that is preventable, and that is suicide. How do we prevent it? Look, I don't believe that there's going to be one person that's sitting there today thinking, you know what, I wanted to commit suicide, so I'm going to look at a podcast, see what this guy's got to say about it, and I'm going to make up my mind there. In fact, for most people that are going to make that choice today, the choice is, if not already made, it's mostly made. I can talk about this as a suicide survivor because while the actual attempt was spur of the moment, it was leading up to it. When you think about the fathers, the mothers, grandfathers, mothers, husbands, wives, the children of people that commit suicide, whatever today's date is going to be a black day for the rest of their lives. You look at your time and date on your computer or your phone. For you, it's just another day, but for thousands of people, today just became tragic. We don't talk about suicide enough. We don't do it effectively. What somebody that is contemplating suicide cannot understand is how it's going to affect the people around them. They just know how they are affected in this moment. And there's things that we can and should do for people that we believe are at risk. And the main thing, the biggest thing, the greatest thing that you can do is just call them and listen. Don't judge, don't try and fix things, don't make recommendations, don't give them books to read, just listen and let them know that you love them and that they are important to you. We had this discussion the other day, and it was really, really interesting because it was 3 people that had all attempted suicide. And we were talking about what would have made the difference in the moments leading up to. And I know that there's one person that I know that she at the time we were fairly close, and she said, "Well, if I committed suicide, would you speak at the funeral?" And I just said, "No, I couldn't do that. I'd be too heartbroken." And it really staggered them. And it was a pivotal conversation for her, but it was quite rare because she'd never really thought about the repercussions, the ongoing trauma for the people that were left behind. We need to talk about suicide. We need to be open about it. We need to let people know that that is not their only option, that whatever they are going through, whatever they're dealing with, it will pass. The pain, the hurt, the anger, the fear, the frustration, it will pass. And anybody that knows this show knows how much I struggle with hope. But there is always something more. There's something else out there for you. Your life is not just pain now for the rest of your life. There is more. Sounds bizarre, but just please be patient. If you're worried about someone, speak to them, because you will never be able to get over the guilt of knowing that it was a potential outcome and not having said something, even if it's inadequate, even if you think it might hurt them or upset them. The guilt that you will live with is not worth it. I said this in a classroom the other day. I would rather lose a friendship than lose a friend. I'd be willing to give up on a relationship if it was going to save somebody's life. If me talking to them might make them mad or upset or angry or frustrated, but if it saved their life, I'm willing to sacrifice that friendship. If you know somebody that is struggling, please reach out to them. And if you've lost somebody to suicide, please know that it's not your fault. That guilt that I was talking about is irrational. A person made a choice. And if they didn't make it in that moment, they might have made it tomorrow, the next day, some other stage. You are not the reason that this person took their life, and it's not your fault. My call, I guess, is for us to just do a little bit better in whatever way we can, whatever small way we can. 9 people a day. 9 people. That's far too many. It sounds like a weird thing to say at the end of a podcast, but please try and have a good week. I look forward to speaking to you again next week. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. It helps. It helps a lot. Even just one little person just liking and subscribing makes amazing difference. Yeah. Talk to you again soon. Check me out on 2XX Canberra tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to Mark My Words. I'd like to thank my producer, Meredith Brosnan, and also Torian, Kevin, and Lorraine. And I can't forget the band Adelaide, who allows us to use their song as our theme.